Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. There's a whole bunch of news out there, so let's talk about it. First up, quick reminder to get your videos in for the Christmas special. I've had about 20 already, which is awesome for the first couple of days, but I really want to get over 100. I want to do better than last year, and it's so wicked to see the faces of all you guys in the community. So you can get your video sent to me at the address below, davidsmodelbehaviour@gmail.com. Less than a minute, letterbox widescreen style. That would be awesome, and you'll all be able to be included in the Christmas special. Bring them on, because it's the most fun video of the year, at least for me. I love this. First up, in action figure news, McFarlane, they're the gift that keeps on giving. We got 3 new reveals from them. First of all, this really good looking classic Nightwing right here. I know that a lot of people have been asking for a classic Nightwing. Well, boom. There you go, in the whole gold and blue ornate looking costume. And I have to say, the face sculpt, it looks nice. And I don't generally like McFarlane face sculpts very much, but this is a real step in the right direction. I know that these preview images are always helped out with a bit of lighting and special backgrounds and maybe a bit of CGI retouching, whatever, but from what I can see here, I have to say I really like this look, this expression, the skin tone. It looks decent. It really brings the figure to life. The rest, I can see like a lot of, the detail on here. It's just painted, but this is what you kind of come to expect. And the rest of it, yeah, I rag on McFarlane all the time, but when I see things kind of moving in a direction that I like to see, I'll call it. And this actually looks pretty decent. Also shown off are Bizarro and Batzarro, and honestly, these really, really caught my eye instantly. As soon as I saw this picture, I was like, oh, this isn't what I would normally expect from McFarlane, because these are very cartoony, animated looking faces, but you know what? I dig it. I really, really do. I'm thinking Ed McGuinness. Is this Ed McGuinness artwork that these faces are based off of? I'm getting a big bang of that. Or if it's someone else, then let me know, because I'd be intrigued. But both of these are on big, thick, chunky bodies, which is great. That looks very much like a Dark Knight looking Batman right there. I kind of like I've not seen Batzarro before, but I like the mask with no eyes and the crazy grinning face. That's cool, and the inverted bat symbol. Same for Bizarro Superman, looks so cartoony. It's really striking. So yeah, both of these guys together, again, I don't need them, but I really appreciate what McFarlane have done here. If they just started scaling them a little bit smaller, I would probably pick up a few McFarlane figures, because I really feel the designing, the sculpting, the paint, it's all just being tweaked in little ways that make a big difference, and I'm really liking some of their modern output. Still not going to buy it at that scale though. Just out of stubbornness. Exclusive on the McFarlane store, they have a black and white version of the let me try and say that properly, of the Batman hazmat suit. Easy for me to say. My brain was trying to put HasLab in there somewhere as well. The HasLab hazmat Batman has suit. I don't know. It's here if you want it. $30, I do believe. Like so many things, like not my cup of tea, but some folks, you're digging it. You're digging these black and white sketch versions. So there you go. And I mean, the box and presentation, it all looks very, very nice. So head on over to McFarlaneToys.com. You're going to be able to find him there. And hey, your HasLab Hazmat Fat Sat Batsuit. It's just there waiting for you. Storm Collectibles have revealed their Fei Long figure. We knew this was coming, and now we have this big, nice reveal image here. I'm imagining probably within the next 24 hours or so, we're going to get a whole series of pictures. So I won't linger on this too long, because by the time this video goes live, there'll probably be some new ones out there. But it's more Street Fighter. I was about to say Streets of Rage. That was me just giving wishful thinking. We ain't getting any more figures from that franchise, even though we should do. Nonetheless, though, Street Fighter fans are eating well right now. This Fei Long, he looks really good. All of the Storm Collectibles Street Fighter figures do. I had Jada forcing its way into my brain there, because I'm so used to saying all the Jada Street Fighter figures look good. But they do as well. So whether you want the more affordable kind of Jada figures, or you want to go super high end with the Storm Collectibles, whatever flavor you want, you're going to be happy, because, yeah, the chain on the nunchaku, all that stuff, I'm sure he's going to have some great power effects as well. This is going to be a really good looking Fei Long. It's a good time to be a 90s kid. Higher Toys have revealed their exquisite Rodan figure, and this is going to be about $50, coming out around about the second or third quarter of next year, I do believe, and he looks like a piece of burnt cheese that I peeled off the floor of my oven. I know! It's just not a very interesting toy design. Credit to Haier. I mean, they've made this figure looks exactly like he does in the Godzilla movie. It's just that it just wasn't that exciting of a design to have. It really does look like just a piece of cheese that I've just put my thumb in to get a thumbprint on there. So yeah, for me personally, it's a no from me, dog. It's a no from me. But hey, look, Godzilla fans, just like Street Fighter fans, they're eating so well right now. There's always new merchandise right around the corner. And if this does it for you, then fantastic. But yeah, if I'm going to get a big kaiju, I want something that looks a little bit more interesting, I think. Although this does make me want a cheesy pizza now. So that's my lunch sorted. Up for pre-order right now on the NECA store, we have 3 Last Ronin Ninja Turtles figures. Each one more enticing than the last. Honestly, in my opinion at least. First of all, we've got the Before the Fall Leonardo. And this one, I kind of like the extra design because it's not too busy and it's not too unusual. It looks like classic Leonardo, just with a bit more stuff going on. So I really kind of dig that. I like some of the redesigns, but other ones I wasn't so drawn to. Ones like Donatello, all in white and stuff, not for me. But then we have Raphael, and this is the crown jewel. This is the absolute, look at that. That's awesome. Again, just taking the classic Ninja Turtles design and just throwing on some extra stuff. The arrows. The arrows is what sell it for me. He looks like a turtle pincushion. Just, oof. The arrow going through the leg. I can feel that. That's just, it's painful to look at, but also kind of brilliant. Of all of them, I'd love to get my hands on this Raphael. I think they did a fantastic job. He looks thick, he looks like a beast, like a tank that's just getting all these arrows in. That's awesome. And then Splinter just looks like a nice Mirage-style Splinter. There's not too much more to go on because it's not like he's been massively redesigned or anything. I feel if you have an existing Splinter, this isn't a huge change. I kind of like the more ornate-looking robe, but also I feel like Splinter needs a longer kimono. This looks it looks a little bit short on him. Nonetheless though, it's a very nice looking figure as well. So yeah, as of today, December 5th, these should all be available for pre-order on the NECA site, and dang it, yeah, they all look good. But Raphael in particular, oh, that looks nice. Going a little bit darker now, NECA are also doing House of a Thousand Corpses figures. We got Captain Spaulding here, and also Otis as well. I had to double check the names because I haven't watched House of a Thousand Corpses. I'm not a big Rob Zombie fan. I understand that there's a certain style and aesthetic, and that's what he's catering to. And I think if you're a fan of that real sort of, grindhouse, exploitation, nasty cinema of the grotesque, then this is exactly what you're going to be after. But if it's not your cup of tea, then this is quite a strange tasting tea for someone to drink if it's not your tea. I'm belaboring the tea metaphor, but you know what I'm saying. Nonetheless, though, I mean, being NECA, these are very, very nice looking figures. But yeah, a little bit too creepy for me. I like horror that's maybe a little bit more, I don't want to say cerebral, because that makes me sound like an arrogant jackass, and that's not the case. But just not this. This ain't my brand of horror, but it might be yours, and if so, you can pick these guys up in March. But what is absolutely my wheelhouse is the Four Horsemen Jacob Marley Figura Obscura, I forget how you pronounce it, Figure Obscura Special Edition release. Oh boy, yes, $60 already. That's why I have to do the news so often, because this is already out of date. You wanted it? Well, too bad, it's sold out. However, apparently Four Horsemen Studios have said officially they will be adding more stock. So keep checking out the website. It will probably be updated hopefully in the next day or so, and then you can get your order in. I want him. That's the problem with not living in America. You're going to double the price of shipping when it comes to Four Horsemen stuff. You're going to be paying $60 for this, which is what he is retailing for, but then you're going to pay another $40+ on getting him into the country. But when you look at that, it's so good. So good. And the thing is, I've got Santa Claus. I love him. I've got Krampus. I kind of love the idea of making a Christmas display, but again, it's a lot of money for a single figure. But when you look at everything that you get with him, if it was just $60 all in, it'd be a no-brainer, because I really love what I'm seeing here. But because you've got to add so much more to it, I got to back away. Nonetheless, though, I think that this looks terrific. Kotobukiya are doing a new Bishouju statue, this time Uhura from the first season of Star Trek. I was going to say Star Trek Generation 1, or it's just called OG Star Trek, isn't it? So this, first of all, I just love the anime manga-ized versions of classic characters. So I've got my Prime and Megatron anime girls from Kotobukiya, so I can attest. The quality, it's right there. This is going to retail for about $130, going to be available early next year, so you can look forward to that. I'm not a big Star Trek guy. I like to dabble. I'll dip my toe in Star Trek, and I appreciate why so many people like it. But I don't need to buy this Uhura, especially because there are so many more Transformers anime girls coming out that they're making. We're getting Bumblebee, we're getting Starscream and the Jets. If I was going to get any more, that would probably be the direction I'd go in. Nonetheless, though, this does look kind of fun. Sticking with statues, McFarlane are doing exactly what Todd always wanted. They're taking out the articulation entirely and just giving you a fully posed statue right there. Boom, ready for you. No cut lines here, Todd. It's all just smooth sailing and a posed figure. For me, I gotta say, I like the pose. I like the look. I think it's really cool. This is going to be 1/8 scale, so smaller than Hot Toys, bigger than Marvel Legends. Kind of hitting in that sweet spot there. Which for a statue, that's fine. It's not like you want to scale it with other ones necessarily. They kind of exist in their own right. The big sort of factor here is it's $50. That's not crazy at all. I think for a nice looking statue, that's a bang good price right there. I would even be tempted because it's a beautiful little centerpiece or something to have on your mantelpiece or your shelf, you know, instead of books, because, I mean, books are lame, whereas this is anything but lame. Again, like, it's one of those things where I won't order it, but if I saw it just in hand, I'd be tempted. Nendoroid, good smile. They just know how to bring the cute. And now we're getting Leon from Resident Evil in cute chibi form, and look at the little guy. He's just adorable. He's gonna go stab someone in the head with that knife. This looks great. $45, gonna be available in the fourth quarter of next year, so quite a way to wait. But if you don't mind waiting, you're gonna get a very cute little Leon. I want to get one. I want to get one Nendoroid figure just because I just kind of like them, and I want to see what the joints and the sort of quality of them are like in hand, but they just seem really fun. So yeah, for the Resident Evil fan who likes things a little bit more cute and chibi, this one's for you. Assassin's Creed Revelations Ezio figure is available for pre-order now, going to be $30, and it's Assassin's Creed Ezio. And I gotta say, like, I start so many of my little comments with, I gotta say. Well, you have to say something, Dave. It's a YouTube channel. It looks pretty. Assassin's Creed is another one that I never really got into, but I think the designs look cool. This looks cool. So if you're an Assassin's Creed person, this is going to be for you, and a reasonable price, $30. Sometimes NECA skew a little bit higher. This seems within the wheelhouse of like a decently priced NECA figure. And he looks pretty as well. So for the Assassin's Creed fans, there you go. I think this has probably done this character justice. Knock my microphone all over the place. Yeah, I think it's done him justice. But what do you think? If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, are you happy with this? I want to know. Going over to Japan, Ultraman Zero Clear version going to be released in January, charging about $60 for this guy over here. Ultraman, hey, look, he's an icon. Another one of those Japanese kaiju type characters who they just go nuts for. There's so much Ultraman merchandise and memorabilia out here. This is a more ornate looking version of the character. I don't know the story behind it, but I think he looks kind of fun. I always just think Pepsi Man whenever I see this. But nonetheless, if you're an Ultraman person, well, this guy's going to be available in January, $60. You can look out for him. Not only that, but Ultraman Titus clear color version is going to come out at the same time. January, going to be $60, and this has my attention a little bit more. Why? You know why. Because he's pretty. He's pretty and shiny and translucent and clear, and you look at him with these other two that I haven't seen before, and stack them up together, they look like some beautiful glacier mints. And now I kind of fancy a glacier mint. I've never seen a toy advertised by being perched on someone's shoulder. I kind of want that to be the standard scale of measurement now. But yeah, he looks really cool. No idea who he is, but just like the look of him. 52 Toys Infinity Box Baihu. Baihu, I think, is the name of this tiger-looking character. Instantly, as soon as I saw this picture, I thought, okay, show me more. And then they did, and I thought, you know what? I might want to pick this up. The Infinity Boxes have been done by 52 Toys before. They did Ninja Turtles transforming Infinity Boxes. I think that was the same company. Help me out in case I'm wrong. But this, it looks fun. I don't know what this tiger is from, if it's even from anything, or if it's an original creation. I guess they're doing a whole combiner set. Oh, sorry, sneeze. They're doing a whole combiner set, and I don't need the combiner set. I just like the pretty white cyber tiger. I'm guessing he might be a bit too expensive to buy just for a whim, though. These things I think are maybe about $50, which is that ain't cheap. So for a novelty item, it's maybe a bit too expensive. But also, I mean, just look at that. Look at that picture. That's definitely something that's going to catch your eye, catch your attention. Sorry, I'm all sneezy now. Let's go to the next segment. Super 7 have their Christmas Optimus Prime available at super7.com, and I'm really annoyed because I quite like him. And he's 3.75 inch scale, which is, of course, you know, the devil's scale. Nonetheless, though, it's Christmas Optimus Prime. I know this isn't the first time there's been a Christmas Prime. I know Hasbro did a Christmas Transformers line, or at least a Christmas Prime. But this, I think because it's smaller, kind of kitsch, like I'd want to hang him on the Christmas tree. I like it. Yeah. I'm torn. Again, if I see him in person, which I might very well do, because the 3.75 inch scale Super 7 figures are really popular over here. You can find them really easily. The bigger ones, no, but the small ones, yeah, they got them coming out the wazoo. So if I see this guy in store, I might have to pick him up. I mean, hey, like, he can't be any worse than the Star Wars Black Series Christmas Mandalorian figure. That was $35 that, quite frankly, I didn't deserve to have in the first place, if that's what I was going to spend it on. This, on the other hand, this seems kind of fun. Also, sticking with the small little 3.75 inch Super 7 figures, they're doing a couple of Beast Wars Transformers. We're getting Optimus Primal here in a very red looking costume design. I don't know if that reflects a look that he had in the show. I mean, I don't remember him looking like that, and I did watch the whole show. Maybe they're just going into business for themselves. What does it say? The Optimus Primal Burning Red. Okay, well, there you go. Optimus Primal Burning Red. And then also we got Tigatron as well, who looks like Tigatron does traditionally look. That is his normal color scheme, isn't it? For the Fox's Glacier Mint kind of look. It's a very minty episode, this. But yeah, he looks kind of fun as well. So both of these guys, they would look kind of nice in the box, side by side. Dang it, am I becoming a 3.75 inch collector, and worse yet, a Super 7 collector? No, I'm spitballing. I'm just looking. It doesn't hurt to look, does it? 5K Toys have a preview of their Evolved Liquor figure. 5K Toys, I know they're the distributor, not the manufacturer necessarily, but it's them who are promoting these pictures here. So there you go. This is the Evolved Liquor. I think appeared in Resident Evil Nemesis, wasn't it? We got the original Liquor and then the evolved one in the next game. Or did he just appear later in Resident Evil 2? That might have been it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where he first showed up. The fact of the matter is, we're looking at him now. He looks really good. Looks so gross, so gnarly, and so wicked. Look at this guy right here. You can see from the person's hands, he's kind of your 1/12 scale figure. So he's going to look great with just about anything. And honestly, I really like the look of this. Their original Liquor that came out about a year or so ago, that was getting good reviews. That picture's too dark to really appreciate, but here you go. So the scary, terrifying, long-tongued brain frog creature, you might be able to add him to your collection soon, because, yeah, I kind of like what I'm seeing here. Wayward Studios have a Pacific Rim statue. I just wanted to show off to you. It's going to be retailing. Go on, have a guess. I bet you can't guess. Don't worry, I'll tell you. $2.5 $1,000. And hey, I mean, look, it's almost as big as the young lady who's posed next to it, so you can kind of see where the money's gone there. Statues are always going to be crazy priced, but I like to just share them with you because it's cool looking at this. The Pacific Rim designs. My mouth keeps wanting to say Pacific Rim. That is not what we're covering here. Pacific Rim. The designs look wicked. I love this kind of old diving suit, kind of steampunk look to this particular one. That's great. And the way that the sculptors have done the helicopters on top of it, it's clever, man. It's a great statue. It's a great piece that they've put together. Ain't never gonna be in my collection, because even if I did have $2,500, I think I would need to spend it on more essential stuff. But seeing the kaiju rising out of the water beneath it as well, I'm sure that's a light up base as well, so yeah, man. This is why I cover these statues, because even though we ain't never gonna get them, doesn't mean that we can't just gawp at how awesome they look. And yeah, honey, you said it right. Boom, boom. This looks wicked. Over in Cosplay Corner, Julia of Asgard, gonna get the model behavior spotlight for her very creative and somewhat outside the box cosplays. In the case of this video, literally inside the box, which is in a way quite outside the box. But it's not just that, she covers a whole bunch of different characters with a strong slant towards Marvel, which instantly makes her go up in my estimation, filling out this awesome looking Spider-Man 2099 suit. 29 suit, that would be a very oldie worldy Spider-Man. But yeah, she looks really cool. I like the animated sort of lines on the face to make it look like it's the CGI Spider-Verse version. And yeah, she's doing a great job here. Got the Incredibles here, the is it Mrs. Elastigirl? That was it, Elastigirl. Nonetheless though, whatever you want to call these, you can call them pretty good looking cosplays. So go give her a follow on Instagram. She's doing fun stuff. And in another little creator corner type feature, I wanted to shout out Johnny Caballero art. Had to make sure I pronounced that right there. I love me some pretty digital art, and that's what this guy does, and he does it so well, man. In this day and age where it's a little bit difficult to differentiate, legit art with AI art, I think it's safe for me to recommend this dude, because this all looks straight up, done from the heart. I was gonna say by hand, like by hand with a computer assisting with the whatnot. But all the things he's covering here: Street Fighter, Metroid, Marvel, different video games. Dude, Metal Gear Solid. You're hitting all the right beats. Got Darkstalkers as well. Yeah, and just the deeper I go down the rabbit hole with his designs, the more I'm like, oh man, that'll look good on a t-shirt. So yeah, I really dig what he's doing here. There's some really cool stuff. And also, it's not overly cheesecakey either. And you know me. I love my cheesecake. But also, I appreciate just kind of good, wholesome, badass artwork. And that's what this is right here. So if I scan back up to the top of the page, you can see how you spell his name, Johnny Caballero Art. Go give him a follow. The dude's doing great stuff. Actually, you know what? While I'm here in real time, let's just bring up this Venom picture. Holy moly. I'm going to put him into the middle of the screen right there. Boom. Look at that. It's freaking wicked. Full on Marvel vs. Capcom style. I dig it. Dude, keep up the great work. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. Thank you so much for watching. What do you think of the items covered? Comment below, let me know. And again, big shout out to everyone who sent in their Christmas videos. Thank you so much for doing that, guys. You've still got until a bit later this month. I'm not going to say when the deadline is. Y'all better just get them in as quickly as possible. It's December 23rd, actually, just to be honest. It's December 23rd. Any later than that, I'm not going to be able to include them. Probably. I don't know. Try me. But if you could get those in, that would be really awesome, because I love seeing the whole community come together. It's my favorite part of the year doing this. As far as the channel goes, I mean, there are other stuff outside of YouTube that I enjoy, like, trees and birds and stuff like that. But yeah, doing this channel, this is the best part of the year. So gang, thank you so much for doing those. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking and subscribing and all that jazz. Until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Cup of coffee. Big time.